Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Disco Elysium. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today in the pawn shop as we look around and have a look-see. Some kind of machine, an antique cash register? It could be, I can't really tell what it is. I can zoom in though. The bust of a woman, the plaque simply says DEI. In the dark, a film projector is whirring away. Yeah, there's something up there, isn't it? There's things around here. Mostly military wear, with a few more eccentric fashions thrown in. A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps. Is that a streetlight? The Bird's Nest Roy, that's his name. Yes, officer. As you can see, it's in perfect working order. Where'd you get it? It was brought to me to be altered. Kim leans in so the pawnbroker won't hear him. We're not here to investigate the theft of city property. He pauses, studying the light, and then adds, you have to admit, it's rather clever what he's done with it. Yeah, how much for the streetlight? 700 real. A bargain, I dare say. Are you out of your mind? There's one just like that on every corner. He rests his elbow on the counter and brings his face closer to the glass. The light has undergone 3 transformations, and every transformation, large or small, has a price tag. What do you mean, transformations? He throws you a look of weary patience. Well, there are the costs of removal and rewiring, but the most important transformation is the light's placement among ordinary indoor fixtures, which has adjusted its morphological field. The light became suitable to use inside the home just a few days ago. Okay, that checks out, says our conceptualization. I'm not sure it does. Morphological field? That just means its shape. Or rather, well, the study of the shape, but that's not... Morphology is not really a thing. At least not... 700, I think that's a joke. No way am I gonna get 700 of those. Maybe I am, if I get my payday or something. Let your gaze run over the street light and see. The light pole has been carefully cut, and the wiring has been redone and attached to a standard indoor plug. The light buzzes faintly, but persistently. This would make quite a statement in your living room. No, it wouldn't, because I have no living room, as far as I can tell anyway. Let's see what we have over here. We also have some speakers over there. Knickknacks stand. You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty. Try to find something pretty and cool here, says our inland empire. Then use it to win her back. Really? Win her back? What do you mean? Yes, buy something nice, a figurine. This sounds off. You shouldn't trust this guy, says Volition. No, I shouldn't. I should not. I mean, buying a figurine is not necessarily a bad thing. Let's see. Dig up a truly cool figurine in the box under the table. Let's see if we can succeed at that. We have been failing tremendously at our rolls recently. And we rolled a 10 on a 2d6. Come on. On an easy one? We needed that earlier. Anyway. Why? What's this? A headless man riding a horse? A headless man wearing futuristic tracksuit trousers that say Faln? Faln. We have learned of Faln before. Last episode, in fact. And I have forgotten. What's this? And I'm going to show it to the shopkeep. Oh, that's the Headless Fallen Rider. The who? The Headless Fallen Rider. It's an urban legend about a man who rides the streets of Revachol sporting a fallen tracksuit. As you can see, he's missing his head. He points at the decapitated figure. 50 cents, bargain priced. I'll throw in the tiny cap too. I think he's looking for it or something. That part of the story has many interpretations. Sure. Let's go ahead and buy it. Did I mention that this figurine is supposed to be lucky? Always carry it with you, he grins. That was a very smooth salesman's grin, says our suggestion. That almost comes off as earnest. You should learn from it. Yes, I should. Okay, let's inspect the knights on horseback. Big men on big horses clad in lamellar armor and carrying flintlocks, the kind that would mow down a line of enemy soldiers in the blink of an eye. Who are they? I'm gonna point. Franco-Nigerian knights, says Kim. He looks at the dusty figurines in the dim light. I used to be very serious about these guys. A long, long time ago, says our esprit de corps. What about the blue uniforms? I am just inspecting the blue uniforms. I assume uniform stands for somebody in uniform. They're not all blue. These figurines all wear gold coats and caps. Also wear gold coats and caps, complemented by orange trousers. They are variously posed, wielding swords and rifles with bayonets. What exactly are these? I'm gonna point to the figurines. Which ones? The man peers from his glass box. Ah, royalist soldiers from the time of the revolution. The uniforms are painted a bit too brightly, I suppose. Okay, what about the figurines in? It's probably because of the primer. Primer is always a pain. This set of soldiers isn't meant to look impressive. A few have rifles, but most of them carry pistols. Some even shovels and tall sticks. Tall sticks, is that a special kind of stick? Because it's not a long stick, it's just a tall stick, which is... sounds like a nickname for a rifle or something. Are these even soldiers? You're probably talking about the revolutionaries, yeah? The man behind the glass answers, yeah, they're soldiers. Revolutionary soldiers. I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win. It's meant to give people hope. Even we can do it. Oh, yeah. Me, a true proletariat of the police corps. Not corps, corps. The contrast is meant to be disheartening. Is it meant to be disheartening? It's kind of interesting. You see, for example, well, we're talking Franco-Nigerian forces, so maybe my mind went to what I'm about to say because of that, but I don't think it's a good example anyway. If you've ever seen the I don't know the name of the painting, but there's a famous painting with I don't know if it's a revolution or what's going on, and there's a woman in the center of the painting surrounded by a lot of soldiers, and I think there's horses going around and whatever, and she's got her half of her breast is in the nude, and she's got a flag, I think, and I think it's meant to represent the French Revolution. But that painting in specific is usually seen as a sign of or as a symbol of revolution or revolutionary spirit, and the sort of struggle of the lower classes against the upper classes. And she's in the nude, and I think that is there's many meanings there. Well, there's a few meanings there, I'm sure, but I think that's also meant to sort of insinuate poverty and humbleness. Humbledom? What's the noun for that? Either way. Yeah, it's supposed to insinuate that as well. So maybe it is meant to give hope. But then again, maybe on this particular case, it could also be not that. It's impossible to win against the cohorts of capital. Ask my friend Gart, whose bitch it made me. I do not know who Gart is. I wish it was more nuanced. As it stands, I cannot comment. Yeah, let's go with that. It's just that I don't have enough information to be able to tell. Usually, well, if you live in a world like this, if you live in a world, you'd be able to spot, well, if you were a little bit informed anyway, you'd be able to spot some subtext in stuff like this. Because sometimes, specifically when it's propaganda, if this was meant to indeed dishearten the people, then it would probably be inserted in a larger sort of, not movement, but sort of a bigger theme throughout popular culture, where it assumes the mechanisms of propaganda, where showing the revolutionary soldiers as all poor and disheveled and whatnot is part of the same sort of narrative that's being pushed by other media. But I wouldn't be able to tell. I don't like either set very... Oh, he's talking. I don't like either set very much, to be honest. But there are many parents among my customers. He seems to have his own take on the conflict played out in perpetuity by these toys. Might be interesting to find out what it is. Yeah, he might. It's gonna be a long while until I get the full picture, but, you know, well.
It's not often that I see officers of the RCM in my pawn shop.
I got his voice kind of close. The man on the counter turns to you.
What can I do for you?
He asks. His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of lights across the walls of the shop. Let's see. Sorry, I feel like I'm interrupting you.
Oh, no, not at all. I guess I haven't had many customers lately, RCM or otherwise.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
Yeah, quite the collection indeed.
It keeps me entertained.
His attention is drawn once more to the play of light and shadow on the walls behind you. I can ask myself, I think, if Roy, that's his name, Bird's Nest Roy, is high, and if so, then what is he on? Let's ask that. Let's see if we succeed at that. It was a long shot. Okay, he definitely is high. Whatever it is, you've probably done it, and many other things besides, but you can't cut through the jumble of sensations to get to the answer. A guarded man like him wouldn't tell you if you asked out loud. Yeah. I wasn't hoping for that. You might be able to aid our investigation, though. I doubt it, but I can try to answer any questions you may have. Do you know anything about the recent hanging? I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business, bad for everyone. Okay, well, that's all I've got. There's something I'd like to sell. Let me have a look. Let me check my pockets. So I have the figurine that sells for the same exact amount. And I have an empty cassette case that I probably will need. So this is where we sell things. And I can also sell my clothes. I'm not purchasing any more clothing at the moment. He looks you up and down quickly. Suddenly, his gaze fixes on your tie. He steps back from the glass. And especially that tie. It swallows photons around it. I have no need for necrotic objects. Your mother is a necrotic object, says the horrific necktie, as far as I can tell. I'm fun, says the necktie. Look at me sparkle in the light of the projector. Yeah. I don't have anything to sell at the moment. The tie is good. I have other business to take care of. Is the tie giving me extra... we don't need to level up. Is the tie giving me extra chemistry? I don't even know where it is right now. Oh, it's over there, yeah. Inland Empire. Fantastic. We did get this thing over here. Figurine set. What is this? The plastic headless fallen rider sits atop his equally plastic bull. His posture indicating either desperation or pride. Comes as a set with the infamous fallen cap for which he lost his head. The head is not included. Well, I wouldn't expect it to be. Let's see what that is up there. The boomboxes on the shelf look well-loved and well-traveled. Chipped, dented, they stare at you with the unblinking eyes of their tape reels. I'm gonna stand on the tip of my toes to see more. One especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle on top. A classic boombox that says Stereo 8 approved. This is you. Golden orange. A sunset suit, says our Inland Empire. Just make sure it works before you buy it. Our interfacing says that. We're not very good at interfacing, though, I'm pretty sure. What I really want to know is, could this device come handy in my police work? If police work means playing tapes, sure. You can use it for that, or any other time you'd need to play a tape. Like at a beach party, says our Inland Empire, with sand and sun and seagulls dancing on the breeze. Kim, theoretically, could I bring it to a beach party? Theoretically, yes, but we don't have time right now, double space over there. It's generally murder investigation first, and then beach party. Actually, it doesn't have to be a beach. With a boombox like that, I'll bring the party into the streets. You can play it anywhere you like, and I guess since you're a police officer, no one can arrest you for it. Are you sure it's all in working order? Absolutely. I've tested each one myself with recordings of speech, found sounds, and music from a variety of genres, even though, he grimaces, I don't really like music. Okay, shopkeep. This Stereo 8 approved machine here is the Harman Waushi W02, made in Vesper, designed in Seoul. Plays all reel-to-reel formats, 2mm, 8mm, 12mm. It's even got a little radio in there. It'll set you back 12 real. Oh, we can achieve that. That's not too expensive. Okay, that's all. I think we need to get out. I'll see you later then. I think I might be able to make some money out of the tear if I can find bottles, which I haven't found at all. But then again, I didn't have the flashlight, so you know, it's only things are only to be expected. There's definitely something going on in here. Wait a minute, is that another tree with another hanging? No, it is not. Okay, we're good. Let's just check in here. Tire tracks leaning onto the roof, then slush, or the slush and rain has almost washed them off. Is this how they broke the thing? This is how they broke the thing, isn't it? The black art on the other side.
Life. It doesn't need to be a struggle.
He covers his mouth to hide a burp.
Oh, I'll be with you in a moment, officer. Let me just finish my sandwich. Talk to angry old Rene first.
Absolutely, I will. Angry old Rene. Is that you?
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape?
Rene, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please, let's just try to enjoy the game, alright?
Oh, they are playing something over there. I just sort of trample over that. This one's still chewing on his sandwich.
I am trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old, I can see that. We're both old. Now, stop grabbing your ass like it's a girl.
I can do things. I'm old too, but I can do this stuff. I can grab the ball and show them how it's done. Hell yeah. Oh no, I'm gonna throw myself off a cliff, ain't I? This is not gonna go well. What in the world am I doing? Oh, I didn't roll very well, but I did roll. You are immediately surprised by the ball's lack of weight. No matter, you'll make it work. Well, if it doesn't have weight, then it's not gonna come back down, is it? Let's take in the surroundings. A chilly breeze ruffles your hair as you stand there, feet firmly planted. All sounds, smells, even the wind, everything fades until the only thing left is the union of men and ball. And I'm gonna feel that ball. The cold metal ball is surprisingly smooth against your neck. It has a pattern on it, probably a sponsored ball. Yours would only be covered with bumps of learning and scars of victory. Already your muscles are adjusting to the weight, the nervous system calibrating until you and the ball have merged into a single entity. The men ball is ready. There's time for a last glance inward. Who am I? I'm the men ball, an embodiment of pure motion, a fine-tuned locomotor running at maximum efficiency. I think that's meant to be a locomotive machine, but either way. Some, our esprit de corps says, would still say you're a cop, but I guess you're beyond that now. Yeah, we are. The inertia can be contained no more than a bullet leaving a gun. Let go. Be the bullet. Oh. Was that how it works? Was that what I'm supposed to do? I thought they were just playing marbles or something. Merde! The old soldier yells in outrage. Bordel de merde! What the hell is your problem? I just clicked that because of reasons. Not a weak right triceps, that's for sure. That's who I'm not. I don't care if you're a cop. You do not just ruin someone's game. It's so goddamn disrespectful. Wait, what? You vandalized our game, son. He tries to calm himself. We can't play petanque with 5 balls. Petanque? Yes, petanque, the man says, raising his voice again. You ruined our petanque game. We want our ball back. Take it easy, René. The jolly one tries to defuse the situation. This is just a misunderstanding, isn't it, officer? No harm done. Of course there's harm done, you orange slut. Not slut, slug. The heel, rather, of his cavalry boot stems in the ground. Oh no, he's cavalry. Also, he's upset. Very upset, enough to do that, which is sort of an impulsive thing. Rather than, well, might be on purpose. You owe us a goddamn bowl. Okay, I'll try to fix this. Come on, it's... Good, he nods. Mistakes are forgiven when men at least try to right their wrongs. I believe you will try. Now, why did you approach us? Just talk, says our suggestion. It'll smooth things over. Old people like attention. I'm not sure. I'm sure. Do you know anything about the man hanged in the backyard? No, let's not ask that right away. Then again, maybe I should, because he's specifically asking me why I approached him, so he's already on the back foot. Do you know anything about the man hanged in the backyard of Whirling in Rags? Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law enforcement, but this affair has passed me by completely. Most of the locals? In Martinez, the union is the law. So can you really blame them? But you don't have a problem with cops? Cop is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen. On the contrary, I admire the effort to bring order to our streets. So, again, you don't know anything? If I knew, I would not be afraid to tell you. I simply don't. I am an old man, not a coward. The daily business of the riffraff no longer concerns me. This is a man with a lot of past, but little present and almost no future. Yeah, I was sort of getting that impression already. That's a medium check? That's not a medium check. Anybody can see through that. The writing conveys that very well. You seem to be playing in a crater. Yes, the man nods. The terrain here provides an interesting variety to a familiar game. Do you know what created it? I do, he nods, straightening his back. Fire from heavy artillery. Okay, it's a crater left by artillery fire, but why? Why what? Why was the heavy artillery used? Because that's what happens when communards hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital into a slaughterhouse. You use heavy ordnance to clean up your home. Wait, who are the communards again? Commies, communists, socialists, anarchists. Call them what you like. They just choose the name to feel special. The carabineer frowns. Senseless sentimentality. The feeling of special... Okay. Did you use artillery fire against them? Sadly, no. It was the foreigners who brought them to their knees. We fought valiantly, too valiantly. So valiantly we got licked, he adds, squeezing a ball in his fists. Should have fought dirty, like they did, with their suicide sex cult propaganda and mad anarchist women strapped to shrapnel bombs. We didn't, though. We lacked caliber. Actually, that's the French word, I'm pretty sure. Calibre. God bless him, but the suzerain's cannon simply weren't big enough. Why shell them in Martinez? Because this place is the damn beachhead, he says, pointing to the bay. Had to soften the commies up first. The beachhead? Yes, he nods, inspecting you with some disdain. The military coordinated amphibious landing to take back Ravachol. He finds your lack of historic knowledge troubling, a sign of mental deterioration in the preceding generations. I'm sure. Martinez was used as one of the three footholds in Ravachol during Operation Deathblow in the 08. The other two are off in Stella Marie and the Delta. He points to the northeast. Deathblow, that sounds grim. This area is blood ground, where coalition boots first made landfall and cleaned those rabid dogs out. Most likely, he says, looking down at the soil, we're playing petanque on the mangled corpses. That's not what corpses mean. Blood ground, the other one shakes his head. You got old Rene going there. Like he isn't angry enough already. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to ruin your game even more, I suppose. Hold on. The Coalition? I've heard of these. Mm-hmm, he grunts. Don't get me wrong, officer. I hate those foreign dogs, but the enemy of my enemy and all that. They're the lesser evil. Is that why everything is so bombed out? Damn right, son. They laid the fire of hell on this city before they stormed it. And it worked, too. There's a strange gleam in his eyes. The rest of the city got cleaned up, but Martinez, they keep as monument. A dark shadow runs across his face. And now the Union Socialists are practically running the place. Well, it's your own damn fault, the jolly man marks. You, we, the Coalition, Ravachol, whoever you wanna blame, never finished the job. Officially, the party never surrendered. Of course, they still hold the influence. You don't even begin to truly understand the players on the table, let alone the specific circumstances surrounding the... And he stops mid-sentence and turns to you. What do you think? Thinking men have opinions on these things. Present one. Our rhetoric says. Ooh, okay, so I, so far, have heard the commies here being treated, or being referred to as specifically dictatorial, or not dictatorial, but I guess oppressive, with reference to bureaucracy and, well, also we had that free market loving guy that was very focused on that particular aspect of it as well. However, we did hear as well that they apparently didn't have junk on their streets, or in their streets, so I'm not really sure what to think about that one in particular, not that it matters. That's how it should be. Let's see what the options are. That's how it should be. Soft socialists paving the way for the hard-working class to take over. That's a super interesting line, and sort of the reason why it got me confused with... it's really interesting. It's interesting that it's an option, more than anything else. It's interesting that you can say this, because this doesn't make sense. Unless you're talking in a specific historical context. Because in historical contexts, anything can make sense. Because you're just, you know, it depends on the historical context of what you're saying. But specifically when he said the soft hearts, he's talking about the communists as soft-hearted. Specifically of the socialists as soft-hearted, which would make probably the connection there with the fact that they seem to be socially, he talks about them as they are, as specifically about the suicide sex cult propaganda. That's probably a reference for socially regressive people, or criticisms of socialism by socially regressive people. So the socialists here, or I say socialists because that's the word that's being used over here. The communists, which is a type of socialism. The communists are depicted here as being socially progressive, I think. And that's why they're soft-hearted. But it's also really interesting that they're, and it makes sense with that in mind, it makes a lot of sense that they are being opposed here to the hard-working class to take over. Because that's the super paradox of it. Specifically when you think of how the white revolution, was it the white revolution in 1917 in Russia? I'm not really sure about names. The point is, the history of communism in specific, let alone socialism in general, is about the hard working class to take over, and just But it's not that this doesn't make sense, and specifically in this, what I think is the historical context in this game, this would make a lot of sense. And I might say that just to see what happens. Just to see if he spots he probably won't spot the difference. So I don't trust the writers of the game to actually all of a sudden all of a sudden fail to have another jab at how weird this is. It's probably more fun for them to write the follow-up line to this as being like, that's right, and he says another thing that makes no sense whatsoever again, rather than him going, oh wait, that's not, because also that would be super hard to write a character coming to realizations without actually telling me, because he wouldn't tell me. If he realized why it's wrong to think like that, he wouldn't tell me. To think like that as the opposition, I mean. But he's not really... I don't think he's criticizing the working class. That's the thing. He's specifically focused on the whole sex thing. And the women. He referenced the women as well. I forget. Foreign powers cleaned up our mess and now they rule us. And I can shake my head in shame. Huh. Interesting. It's very middle of the road kind of answer. Not that I wouldn't say it. Let's see what the others are. This coalition seems quite capable, actually. Commies just don't understand how money works. Oh, that's a lovely line right there. Huh. I don't know what I want to say. These lines are clearly written with just having the story go forward in mind. I think this is probably gonna... I don't know the racial lines over here. Racism doesn't seem to be playing too much of a role here, or at least not being portrayed as that. But this might play into the whole Seminese supremacism thing. So I don't want to say that. I'm gonna say the first one and make the test for the game. Yeah, soft socialists paving the way for the hard working class to take a... Wait. Wait, I was wrong. I misread that line. Of course it doesn't make sense. I misread it. Well, it would still be okay for it to not make sense. But no. It's not me criticizing the soft socialists. It's me immediately pointing out that he's... Yeah. Huh. That's interesting. Preposterous. Surely you don't mean it, he frowns. I'm just sorry it had to be them. After 8 years of fighting those commie hyenas, boiling cats for food and drinking my piss in the mountains, I would have preferred if the Right Honorable King Guillaume returned to Revachol, or even if that damn clown Frisel had risen from the grave and led us. Sadly, that was not the case. This royal failure weighs heavily on him, our empathy says. Instead, all that is just holy and beautiful in the world was wiped away, and now it's neon signs with toothpaste ads everywhere. Foreign influence peddling garbage and stupid music on the radio, he sighs. This is just what the commies wanted. This was their plan all along. This is what they wanted to replace the rule of suzerain with. I think he really just comes across as a really angry and bitter man, pointing fingers at everything. I'm not really sure I can take it. I can take this as canonical interpretation of the setting. I don't know, but we are out of time for the day, so we're gonna have to figure things out in the next episode. For right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Disco Elysium. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later, but above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.